What is going on, collective? Oh, welcome back to my channel, Elevate Your Energy. It's Jazi, your favorite Cali reader and spiritual consult. So this is going to be a collective reading that Spirit asked me to do for this full moon that we're having in a few days. So today I'm recording this on the 6th, I believe, July 6th. Yeah. So the 10th is full moon. So we're going to find out, just get some insight as to what maybe some of you guys are dealing with at this time, what may be coming up for you, what may be signs, synchronicities that you guys may be seeing at this time, things that are being activated for you at this time, themes, focal points, like basically things that Spirit really wants you to pay more attention to or be privy of, be privy to, be mindful of, things like that. Okay. So let's see. It's definitely been a minute. I have missed you guys. I don't know if anybody has missed me, but I missed you guys. I've definitely been missing recording for sure. It's been a lot going on. You know, I feel like I say that all the time, but it's just actual and factual. It just is. I lost my grandmother a couple weeks ago. She was 100. She made it to 100, y'all. So anyway, that's, part of my ensemble here is in memory of her. I really it was dope because I ended up being able to leave for 6 days to Oklahoma to, see her off one last time, things like that. And I also got to meet a lot of my Samoan side of my family. So I thought it was really dope to connect and meet. And, all my siblings were at the same place at the same time. That has never happened. Ever since I knew that I had siblings, found out that I had siblings. That's still a story that I need to tell. So yeah, it's been a lot going on. My son graduated high school, so it's, been adjusting to that. He has a girlfriend, and it's just a lot of adjusting that I'm getting used to. There's this new version of myself that I've stepped into on this new timeline that I'm on. And so, like I said, just adjusting, getting my footing back, getting my grounding back, that's been the theme right now. So, or at least I could say lately. So I feel like some of you obviously are going through the same thing, going through a lot of shifts, maybe a lot of challenges it's part of that process. Okay, so let's see. You know what? I didn't want to start with this deck. We're going to start with the Signs and Synchronicities deck because it's been a while, y'all. So, yep. It's about to, I have finished editing my deck again. And so it will be out for purchase very soon. I'm not going to put a date on it yet because I want to give myself some time to still look at some other manufacturers versus the one that I used for this one, for the tester original deck. Very first. So before I actually, put them out for you guys. So, because I want them to be durable, I want them to last as long as possible. I want them to be as good quality as possible, So let's see. Spirit for the collective. Spirit team, higher aspects, ancestors, benevolent ancestors, spirit team, and guides, I ask for you to please come through. Please ground me into this present moment. Shield my energy from any negative, low vibrational energies, beings, entities that may try to infiltrate this message. Come through for the collective. What do we need to know? What do we need to focus on at this time? What is this full moon highlighting for us? What is being activated for us at this time? What do we need to know? Clear, accurate messages only. Nothing less. Ashe. Alright, let's see. For the collective, what are the signs and synchronicities that the collective may be seeing at this time? Or maybe should be looking out for? Either you're seeing it or you're being asked to look out for it. Or I should say it's being suggested to look out for it. Okay? not a surprise. Dragonflies at the bottom, that's not a surprise either. So real fast, quick little story time. So the dragonfly being at the bottom of this deck is wild to me, and I'm gonna tell you why real fast. Because while I was in Oklahoma a couple weeks ago, staying at one of my brothers, my younger brother's house, which is cool in itself, right? Like, to me, I'm just, it's the little things. And I noticed that, so when we made it to the cemetery, right, to actually put my grandmother underground, we noticed, like, just a few of us had noticed that there were like 3 dragonflies that were just off to the side, kind of like hanging out, just buzzing about, while everybody else was all, focused on, what was going on. So I was just like, okay, whatever. Fast forward, right? We get to my brother's house, and tell me why. Okay. I look on the window, this little small window on the side of the bed that I was sharing a bed with my son. And on the side that I was sleeping on the blinds, like 4, I want to say 4 from the bottom up, like 4 from the bottom, it was a baby dragonfly. I feel like it was a baby, because the tail wasn't as long as I've seen him, right? But, so I feel like it was a smaller one, right? And it was just chilling there. I left it alone, I wasn't going to bother it, right? And then, and I was just like, fuck, it was nighttime. So I'm like, who did this dragonfly come home with, right? From the cemetery. That's what I'm thinking. Which it may have got in some other way. It may have came from, just being already there. I don't know. But it was just the fact that I'm like, okay, I have to sleep in a room now by myself with a dragonfly. Lord, okay. So, okay, get past that. Next day, dragonfly is still there, but it moved. It switched locations. Instead of behind the window behind me, right? It's now on the wall in front of me, right? And now that I'm thinking about it, and I was like, it feels like protection from, behind and in front. I feel like that was the movement, right? That part just channeled to me right now. Okay. So some of you, dragonflies maybe a sign of significance. Okay. You may be seeing them already. Others of you, especially coming into the more warmer season, of summer, we're finally actually in summer. So some of you may be seeing dragonflies. You may start seeing them. Okay. So then the dragonfly had moved onto the wall, and I was just like, oh my goodness, like, I don't want to, but that's where I was able to see that it was actually a dragonfly, because it actually had its wings out, was just chilling there. And I was just like, oh my goodness. So I had to spend 2 nights, okay, in this one bedroom, in my brother's house with the dragonfly, right after my grandmother's funeral. And I was just like, what the hell? So yeah, dragonflies, like I said, maybe definitely of significance. And it was so cool, you guys. Really fast, I want to tell you that I, for the first time ever, right, I put curls in my grandmother's hair. I've never touched a deceased, transitioned body, okay, without a spirit in it. At least touched it in that way, right? But we helped get her ready, get her, put on some makeup, and it was so nice. Like, my grandmother went out in style, okay? Like, her thing was pretty me up or something like that. So that could be, something that you guys are hearing. Some of you, your grandmother may be coming through for you at this time. Okay. So some of you may resonate with a dragonfly being a passed on loved one or ancestor or something like that. So let's see. Some of the keywords for this card, okay, is luck is changing positively. Keep your eyes open. Independence, maturity, power, poise, live in the moment, be present, see beyond your mind, use intuitive sight, accept/discover your own unique abilities. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Connecting with like minds, let your light shine. Okay. Some of you, this is about continuing to move forward. Okay. Some of you, the path may be unclear to you at this time about, like what you're being called to do, what direction exactly, maybe what decision exactly you're being guided to go. But the card that did come out for you guys is fruits and veggies. Okay. So some of you, it's highlighting your diet at this time, meaning what you're consuming. And consuming, while this is talking about food, consumption goes beyond just what we put in our mouth. Okay. It's also about what we consume when we listen, what we're watching, what we're hearing, what we're doing, right? Who we're hanging around, all that is consumption, right? Anything you're giving your attention to is consuming your energy, essentially. So, So yeah, some of you, your diet may be a point of focus at this time, especially for those of you that are having, like going through an awakening, having ascension symptoms, things like that. By fasting, if you're being called or guided to fast, this is a great time to do it, especially for the full moon, because the full moon is the energy of, making room for new. That's when, essentially when the farmers would rely on the full moon's light, right, to harvest, basically to take, and harvest whatever grew for that last season. And so, this is about, the harvest, right? So it feels like some of you are really being asked to make room essentially by lightening your load energetically. So it feels like some of you are really being asked to, like I said, go on a fast, maybe switch up your diet in some type of way. Whatever is maybe weighing you down energetically, like foods, when you know that after you eat them, you feel sluggish, you feel lethargic, you feel like you got the itis, right? It makes you want to pass the fuck out. These are the type of foods that some of you are being asked to let go of at this time, to allow yourself to free yourself at this time from, is what I'm hearing. Free yourself from. Because some of you are, I'm hearing pre-diabetic. Some of you, that may be a concern. High blood pressure is also coming through. So like I said, switching your diet by going from, meats and dairy and things like that, and a lot of salt and processed foods and sugars, by switching your diet to incorporate more fruits and veggies is going to be very, very beneficial for you at this time. Okay. So yeah, some of you already know this. Some of you, this is like that kind of like reminder, that like fire under your ass, that like been like, you've been ignoring. For somebody, you've been ignoring it. This is your message to be like, yeah, let me do this. Let me go ahead and do this. That's literally what I did the other day as well. I juiced like 5 green apples, some kale, some celery, 2 stalks of celery, some cilantro. What else? With some cayenne pepper. Yeah. So let's see what else. So yeah, some of you, you've been already on this, journey of maybe going plant-based. This is your indication and confirmation for some of you as well as myself. Confirmation that you're going in the right direction. Or maybe some of you have recently changed your diet and you'll be kind of like, I don't know if it's working. This is, I feel like, an indication letting you know that yes, your work is working. Just need to keep going, right? Positive changes are ahead. But you're not going to see them if you stop. You're not going to see them if you quit right before it comes, right? So let's see. What else, Spirit, for the collective? What is this full moon highlighting? For the collective. What is this full moon highlighting, please? Ooh, growth. Card number 5. So some of you may be, like I said, definitely experiencing some changes, some challenges at this time. But it's essentially, it's happening to grow you, to help you grow. It's part of your growth process. So even if it's uncomfortable, it's not by mistake. It's not by coincidence. Some of you, like I said, you're not realizing maybe how much you've grown. Okay. I feel like also as well is, for those of you where it applies and those that actually integrate it, the message that if you change your diet and make it lighter, that's where it feels like you're going to see the growth that some of you have been asking for, that you've been looking for. There's certain things it feels like that are essentially making your energy more dense. It's weighing you down in some type of way. Okay. And so it feels like I said, once you release, whatever that density is that some of you are carrying at this time with this full moon, that's when you're going to see things grow. That's when you're going to see maybe yourself grow in some type of way. For some of you, it's this and a few things, right? Because all of it can be true at the same time. So let's see. Let's see what else is going on for the collective. Oh, I wanted to get, before I get into the tarot, I want to find out what's being activated for the collective, okay? So, this is the Gateway and Light Activation deck, okay? So, I want to find out what's being activated for us because, man, I've been going through it for the last few months. It's been a journey. You hear me? A journey, okay? So for those of you that have been going through the same, just kind of like in hiding, just kind of like isolated, I feel you, but it's time to come out, baby. It's time to come out and play. Okay. I'm out here. So it's time to come out and play, y'all. So let's see, Spirit, for the collective. What is the message? is being activated for the collective at this time. And as well as, so for those of you who have also been feeling like it's been really fucking hot, like the sun has been fucking blazing, that's also DNA activation. Okay, so for those of you that have been really feeling like it's intense, feeling like it's almost unbearable, okay, that's how you know, or at least one of the many ways to know that your DNA is being activated at this time. Okay, so like I said, some of you it will benefit you by eating fruits and veggies, because that's what's going to help you grow, right? Because your fruits and veggies are electric. We are electric beings. That's why we need electric foods. And that's how you get the electricity that you need from the planet, meaning foods that come from Mama Gaia, right? So 2 cards came out, y'all. So we have Chamber of the Violet Flame and Venusian Galactic Council. Interesting. So karmic release, radical transformation. Yes, we talked about that. Star being guides, answer the call, time to shine. Didn't we just talk about time to shine? Let your light shine. Time to shine. Okay. So yeah. So some of you are in this space right now, collective, of, like I said, going through a major upgrade. And that's where it feels like this transformation that this is talking about, you know, that's how balance is being restored, right? But this light energy that you're being asked to step into, that's what's going to help you, it feels like, sustain these results once it comes. Okay. Once this energy restores balance, that's when it's like you're going to see the real growth. It's like things are kind of like maybe kind of muffled right now, kind of like jumbled. I'm hearing jumbled, muffled. Okay. So it feels like I said, like things maybe not exactly clear, but just know, yeah, manifestation vortex. Things are happening. Things are growing, even if you can't see it. If it's like this is maybe hidden for some of you. For some of you, this is going to come as a huge surprise, as a huge shock. Okay. Others of you, this is serving as confirmation. Okay, that the work you, like I said, have been doing is working. The changes you've been making. If you haven't been seeing any like positive feedback from that yet, you definitely fucking will. It feels like this full moon is kind of like I'm hearing the ending, like the end game, the end games. So it's like the end of, you know, kind of like the end of the road, right? That final, you know, boss battle, that final last test before you get to the next part, right? Before you get to the next step, before you get to the next level. So this is like going through this final last challenge. So like I said, some of you also haven't been maybe, your appetite has been maybe messed up. Okay. Some of you maybe have been concerned that you're pregnant, but you're not. And for some of you might be, but that's not the message I'm getting with this. I feel like some of you maybe who may be experiencing pregnancy symptoms, that's not what it is. It's really, ascension symptoms, but there's a need to eat differently for your body to be able to adjust to the changes. It's like feeding it the right thing. It's kind of like the same as like when you go on a fast for a long period of time, right? And you have to reincorporate foods, and you have to do it slowly, right? You have to like kind of like take baby steps. It's giving me that type of energy. Like you're like, some of you are either in a recovery mode from having your next level spiritual awakening, or others of you are getting ready to step into that. Okay. Where it's like, some of you, like I said, are in the recovery mode, and you're now being asked to, you know, it's really time to step into this new version of yourself, right? Others of you are still going through that process. You're still going through the growth process of becoming, of adjusting to this new version. Okay. And like I said, though, Ace of Cups at the bottom, the fruits and veggies thing, lightening your diet up in that way, that's going to also be really beneficial, like I said, to your energy being able to recalibrate and better adjust and restore homeostasis. Okay. So eat to live, not die. Focus on healthy eating and diet. Consider plant-based diet. Tasting. Consider plant-based diet and tasting. That's it. Oh, fasting. Jesus. I'm like, why would I put that? It didn't make no sense, but I was just like, but this is what it looks like. Fasting. Okay. Which we already talked about. Learn/study chakra correspondences. key to healing, start a garden. Okay, so that's another indication. Some of you, if you haven't been seeing, maybe some of you have started a garden recently. If you haven't been seeing growth yet, that is what's on the way as well. Some of you needed that confirmation. Some of you are kind of like at your wits end with trying to maybe start a garden. Some of you are maybe giving up hope, and I'm hearing that it's just out of season. Okay, and I can attest to that in two ways, right? With two of my plants. I have an avocado tree that I thought last winter had kind of like, I thought it got root rot, where basically the root ends up rotting out, and because it like has too much water and then it doesn't have room to drain. So I thought it killed it, but then I just recently, like, I want to say now, like 2 weeks ago when I came back from Oklahoma, I happened to see little baby leaves coming from the part that's still green. And I'm like, oh shit, it was just still out of season. And our lemon tree is like that as well. It's like a key lime tree, I want to say. And, or no, it is a lemon tree. So yeah, and that doesn't start fruiting till like the winter time too. So it was just like, what the fuck? Like, so it doesn't fruit till the colder, more towards after the summer months, right? So some of you, like I said, some of you are in this either, whether this is talking about a garden, something you've been growing, metaphorically speaking, or just your own journey. Some of you, this is your indication that, like I said, the work you've been doing is working. It's just that it's been out of season. Something has been hiding dormant, right? So like the growth that maybe some of you have been experiencing, it's been hiding from you. It's been hiding dormant because it was out of season. It wasn't time yet to show you that growth. You see what I'm saying? How like when you plant a seed, it's not showing you the growth, meaning you're not seeing what's coming up, what's about to come out through the ground until it actually happens in the right season. Okay, some of you, that is what this is about, where this full moon is showing you that you've been in the right season the whole time. You just didn't know it. You couldn't see it. Okay, so let's see. Let's keep going. All right, Spirit, what else for the collective? As it pertains to this spread, what do they need to know? Let's see, Spirit, what is the collective being asked to release, please, as a okay, Knight of Pentacles. So for some of you, this could definitely be a relationship that some of you are outgrowing. Some of you, you're changing your diet and you're seeing things differently. Some of you have recently changed your diet because you were guided to, and that for some of you has triggered a spiritual awakening, and therefore it makes it where your partner is being left behind or feeling left behind. Okay, that's not going to apply to all of you, but for some of you, that is exactly what this Knight of Pentacles is representing. Someone that you've been with maybe for quite some time, you've invested, maybe time, energy, resources, right? And so it makes it difficult to, sometimes cut those cords, right? But, it's been a long time coming. For some of you, this is like you've planned for this. Okay. Others of you, maybe you've been receiving guidance to plan for this, to plan to leave, or to plan, and I'm hearing an escape for some of you. Otherwise, just a plan to relocate. Okay. Some of you have been getting the guidance, but you haven't been taking any action. You haven't been actually preparing yourself long-term for this. You haven't actually made the plan for this. So, okay. Others of you, you're being asked to, like I said, release something that you've been carrying maybe for a long time. Something that has been maybe slow going. It's time to cut your losses. Okay. Some of you, that is exactly what this is. Some of you, it's a person. Someone you've been with maybe for quite some time. For some of you, this is someone you've committed to, but they don't see forever with you. Like, they don't want marriage, right? Some of you have been waiting like for years for this person to propose, and Spirit is saying this is what you're being asked to release, that they're not going to do it, or at least not this lifetime. They're not ready, right? And so it's like, are you going to keep waiting for something that's never going to happen? Some of you, that's what you're being asked to consider with this full moon. Okay, it's like some of you, like I said, you're growing. It's like this was a karmic, meaning a karmic connection. Okay, something that was meant to just teach you lessons, to teach you maybe boundaries, to teach you how to choose yourself, to teach you your self-worth, your self-value, how to value yourself properly, right? It's like some of you, that's what you're being asked to release, because it's like you've been there longer than you need to be. some of you, that is exactly what this is this person or whatever this long-term stability represents for you, just somewhere you've been for quite some time, or something that you've stayed with because of the stability it provided, right? But you're being asked to release that because you're growing. You're out. It's like you've outgrown that connection. You've outgrown that job, whatever that is that you've been holding on to for so long, right? Even if it's a plan, maybe it's a dream that for some of you, it's like you've done nothing about, but you've had it, you've been holding on to it for the longest, but you refuse to take any action on it. Some of you, that's what you're being asked to, is let go of it. Okay. Because whatever this is, that whatever it is some of you are holding on to, it's like it's weighing you down energetically. Okay. Things aren't going to grow properly when your energy, like when energy is being distributed in so many other places.